I'm the Bearded Eagle, and today we're spending the night in my bushcraft camp. So I got my hammock almost set up. Just gonna pin out the tarp and then we'll make some good food. We'll catch up with you in a minute. I just do taunt lines on the ropes. Got my stakes. Get these logs from my previous night out here and just put them around the little fire and they'll get going pretty good. Got some maple here. We'll burn this down to coals and then we'll make some awesome food. So for dinner, we're doing ribeyes. We've got some cream corn, mashed potatoes, got some grilled onions, and I think that's it. Got a couple beverages. Gotta stay warm out here. It's like December or something, 28th. One more lantern to set up too. Slide the glass down. But you could just be a little bit more bushcrafty and make a match. Just take a twig, set it on fire without setting your hand on fire, hopefully. Like so. Bushcraft match. You slide that glass back up so it's protected from the wind. Get the little light screen on there so it reflects all the light one direction. And then you can drop the light screen and then pick it up. Bloopers. Let that hang out there for some extra light. Let's see, get the cook set out and we'll get going on cooking. Obviously I like real beer, but I'm on a keto kick, so these little Bud Light seltzers do the trick for me. Got the kettle for coffee in the morning. Make some eggs, some bacon and sausage from Butcher Box. Make some potatoes in this one. But yeah, my family's traveling today, so we're just trying to get out and enjoy the wilderness a little bit. And now that I have my own camp, I've got a creek down there for fresh water. I've got Eagle Lake over there that you've seen in other videos. We're fully stocked with bass and catfish and brim. So we've got a nice little property here. Been trying to plant trees and get the forest built up. You know, over time, naturally, we're down at like 40 feet above sea level or something here in North Carolina, about an hour and a half from the coast. And the oak, you know, they grow huge, wild. It just grows on its own. Hardwood everywhere. I've got lots of pine, and I actually planted a river birch over here so we can use that for future videos showing you how to do some fire starting. Birch bark has some natural tinder properties that's super flammable, got a lot of oil in it. Takes a spark actually from a ferrocium rod. So yeah, this is my little oasis. Zen. My neighbor wants me to say it's where I get my zen, but you call it whatever you want. Maybe I'll give you a little tour of the Bushcraft camp. So fire pit, got the windscreen back there. Also got a pit set up, pit, so we can spit roast. I've got a pot hanger sitting in the fire on accident, so you can hang a pot. It's got a little notch in the end. I'm sure you guys have seen that in 100 videos from other people. Like I'll do a little shout out to Corporal's Corner YouTube channel. That guy has shown me a lot of cool tips and gear over the years. Thank you, Sean, for all your work, and Self-Reliance Outfitters for all the awesome gear. So here's the mashed potatoes we're gonna make. You can see this is the Bedroll Cooker from Self-Reliance Outfitters. I've got both grills. Very versatile. You just stick the steak in the ground and then slide whichever attachment you want. This one holds the grill. This one is just a pot hook, so you can hang a pot over the fire and swing it out of the way. And then I've got my Mora, just a whittling knife. It's good for making tools. So a little slingshot my kid was making, or my neighbor. Here's my camp hammer. This is what I use to hammer in all the stuff around here. Ooh, I also brought some gourmet meats from, let's see, who are they from? Beef Jerky Experience. So we've got a venison and pork one, and a pork and wild boar meat snack is what they call it. I call it beef jerky. So I'll continue the tour here. So here's the beginning of my Bushcraft countertop. I haven't had time to, I'm gonna lash all these down, and I have to obviously get a whole bunch more for the rest of it. There's some garlic and some cheese and onions and butter for dinner and breakfast. My auger bit. So this, you just put a stick through the middle, and then you've got a nice auger bit. So if you want to actually connect things, maybe we'll do a craft tomorrow. These are just the protective cases for my lanterns. Toss those on the ground, they're waterproof. Got my Yeti, my Smithfield Yeti. This is pork territory, so it's very common that somebody, my neighbor in this case, somebody works there. Got my bug juice, got my coffee strainer, very important in the morning. Got my K-bar. That's pretty much what I use for chopping and stuff, and then my K-bar spork with the steak knife inside. Pretty cool little utensil. Camp saw, just a standard Christmas tree type hacksaw. And then got my 2 lanterns here, just for a little light so I can kind of navigate through camp. Here we have the Free Soldier tarp. I think it's, I don't know, 10 by 10, something like that. And then in here we got my hammock, covered in a bug screen, of course. Not really much to see at night, but you can see my hammock's inside there. It's all zipped up off the ground. I've got the tarp out just for the morning dew. We're not expecting rain. And then let's see, I brought my chainsaw out and cut some really thin pieces of oak that are drying out and cracking in the sun, but makes an easy table. Get a few little logs. Maybe this will be something we can use that auger bit and actually secure it to something. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And then let's see over here. If I keep going down there, can't really see. There's a creek down there. Over here is where I would normally hang my backpack. Just a simple Y branch or fork, and a couple arbor knots. And that just secures something. You can hang it up there, get it off the ground. There's the Yuko lantern. Uko, something. I think they're out of the UK. And then I've got a hoodie. It's not going to be very cold. Oh, inside my tent I've got my, what do they call that? Swagman roll from Self-Reliance Outfitters. Pretty awesome piece of equipment. Just got it, I'm using it as a sleeping bag today. Cheers everyone. Thanks for watching, by the way. This is the Trek Logie. Just a simple chair, but the thing I like about this is it's easy to set up. It's got a backrest so you can, unlike my solid oak chairs here, solid oak furniture. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to order one of these. Shipping is quite a bit, but it's free to pick up. Come on by. Just kidding. So you take it apart, everything kind of goes into place. And then you just slip the chair together. Don't worry, I won't show you this every time. But here's the chair frame. And then you just put the poles in these little corner pouches. Found my pocket knife from my last trip. A little folder. Alright, so we're going to want steak like right there. And then we can swing it out. So we'll put the steak in. Let's take the hatchet out. We got a Gerber, basically like a backpacking hatchet. Pretty sweet, plastic handle. Pretty well built. Made in Finland. And we'll pound in the little support beam, not with the blade, use the back. Okay, that should be good. See how that works. And then you just roll slide it down on this, and then you can swing it in and swing it out. Pretty cool. Alright, first thing we're going to do is put a little butter in the pan. A lot of, like a keto size chunk. Start heating that up. Nice clean hands. That always seems to happen when you're camping. Okay. I'm just gonna give these a nice little dice. Yeah, that's good. Get those in the pan. Slide that out over the fire a bit. Cut up some garlic. Didn't know I had this knife with me. Otherwise I'd be using my K-bar for everything. We're just going to let that cook down for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more butter in there. Because I can. So for those of you who don't know, keto is low carb, high fat, high protein. Got butter sauteing in there. Got the water going for the potatoes. Onions are almost done. Garlic in there. Time to get the steak going. What's up, YouTube? So, as you know, we have beautiful mashed potatoes, instant, from Idaho. I don't know if you've heard of them. They are famous for their potatoes. It's, here we go. And we've got mashed potatoes and steak, cream corn, and then sauteed garlic and onions on the steak. I think I brought a little bit of hot sauce and a little bit of adobo. I don't know if you've heard of adobo. Adobo is it's like name brand adobo sauce seasoning. Wooded Beardsman and Fowler and all those guys go together on it, I think. But anyway, it's amazing, and you should support their channel by purchasing their stuff. Look at this massive conglomeration of corn and potatoes and steak and ready? Are you ready? YouTube, are you ready? Mm. Mm. So, nothing against K-Bar. My teeth are having the same trouble. That was just a fattier, like the grittier part of that ribeye. Which makes it hard to cut and chew. So go get your Idaho and potatoes. Oh my gosh, so good. Well, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you watching. You know, we're just getting started as a channel, and I have a lot of generations of knowledge that I'll be sharing over the years. Trained by some of the best, and I was fortunate enough to be in an amazing Boy Scout troop. With a bunch of military vets and just good dudes. This ribeye is just falling apart. It's amazing. One question I had for you guys is, what do you want me to do out here? I mean, I've been thinking about, sorry, food on my beard comes with having a beard. I've been thinking about doing kind of like a permanent tree blind for hunting deer back here, hunting squirrel, rabbit, raccoons. I mean, I'm down to try. I've got a creek. I can show you how to make like emergency fishing stuff, or, you know, like I said, I have a bunch of small game here. I could show you some traps. Possibilities are endless. I'm gonna put a couple more logs on. Not gonna be up super late, but we'll stay up long enough to see what kind of entertaining or silly things I have to say. So you can see I've got, oh, there goes my deer feeder. So yeah, all the hunters out there are gonna stop watching and excommunicate me because I built my bushcraft camp really close to my deer feeder, so you can actually hear when the timed feedings go off. But it doesn't stop deer from coming in here, because I have hundreds of game camera pictures. So yeah, we're just gonna chill here for a minute. So I might just leave you alone for a little bit, and then maybe we'll time travel to where something cool happens, and I'll turn the camera back on. So, bedtime, what do, right? Here's what I like to do. We're simply going to bury the fire. We're gonna leave a little bit of an opening at that side. Also known as putting the fire to sleep. So we'll see if this segment ends up in the video. That probably means I got it started the next morning, tomorrow. It's a little windy here, so rather than risking a fire from spreading, you can put it to sleep. Basically, this layer of dirt on top just keeps it smoldering all night long. Done it before in previous videos, I don't know if you noticed. Okay. That's not really enough, but okay. Let's see if the sleeping fire, well, if it doesn't, you won't see it. So, it's the beauty of YouTube. I think it'll make it. Let's see. So, cooked a good meal. If I found any good footage, I played guitar and sang. If I found any good footage, we put the fire to sleep. Showed you the Bushcraft camp. Hopefully you found something interesting. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what you did or did not find interesting. But we'll make some more food, probably get into another project or two tomorrow. Well, I'm in my tent, in my hammock, and seems pretty good. A little bouncy, but all in all, pretty good. we're going to be going to bed here, and we will make breakfast and coffee in the morning. Maybe do some projects in camp. I know I need to build another shelf / table, and we'll just see. I still need to make my way down to that creek and make a little dock so we can see what kind of fish are in there. I mean, we've got some projects ahead of us, so stay tuned. Catch you in the morning. Well, we survived. Hammock. And swagman roll kept me warm. A lot of birds and squirrels visiting throughout the night. But let's get up and make some breakfast, shall we? Coffee time. Alright, let's see if we can get the fire to wake up again. Like so. Keeps going out, mainly because this wood's a little damp from the dew. First things first, time for coffee. So we'll switch the Bedroll Cooker to the other attachment. Should I have somewhere I can hang it? Look at that. Oh, I think this is called a coffee buddy. Let's get this clean for a second. Clean enough for me. So let's check out this butcher box. Sausage. Breakfast sausage. That is a lot of sausage. It looks like some kind of pegboard over here because I don't have one of those little things that goes on the bottom of my chair so it doesn't sink in. Alright, so this is cooking. Now we're going to put some onions in there because they need to cook down a little bit too. Nice and chunky. Garbage. handles. There we go. Smells good. A little smoke in the eyes this morning never hurt you. That's the closest thing to a bath I've had all day. My eyes tearing up. I had too much hand hair anyway. Sausage is not one of those that you want to have medium rare. Oop, there comes that sun. You feel it on my back. Time to shed a layer. Now, this looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Onions are starting to caramelize. Smoke in the face. See that? I moved the stool over there because the wind was blowing that way. And what did the smoke do right when I did that? And right over here. Alright. Let's get these eggs in here. Oop. It's about time for some adobo. You can buy it at Fowler's shop online. And then we've got some tapatio, otherwise known as tapatio. And we're good. So once the egg whites cook over, then I'll use my stirring stick again. One trick when you're doing eggs is if you add a little bit of water, you can fluff them up a little bit and help them cook. Tell anybody that secret. So now we've just got some pre-cooked bacon. I'm just gonna sprinkle over the top while the eggs finish. give this a little wash here. Toss her on. We'll give that a few minutes and we'll put some cheese on. Time for a stirring. That looks pretty good. The only thing that could make it better Monterey Jack cheese. Give that another minute and we'll feast. I'd say that's done. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you for this beautiful weather, all that we have, all that we need. In your name we pray. Amen. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Smells really good. Here, I'll give you a close-up. Some good looking cooking, if I ever saw any. That's really good sausage. I've got enough work here to do. Catch up with you guys in a few. How many of you are expecting me to eat that entire pan of food? That was like a pound of sausage, like 8 strips of bacon, maybe half of a small onion, and probably a cup and a half, 2 cups of cheese. I need to get to some of my chores for the day. I planted a bunch of trees, so I need, and they're away from the hose spigot, so I have to carry buckets of water and feed them until it starts raining. That way the roots can kind of get settled. Hoping they all take, but yeah, my goal in this forest is to rehabilitate it. There's a lot of missing trees, but we'll have some fun. Need to cut a bunch of ivy off these trees too. That'll kill them eventually. Anyway, I'm gonna get cleaned up and catch up with you in a few. Thanks for watching. I ended up running out of time today and realized this video is getting a little long, so I figure I'll break up the other projects into separate videos. But I appreciate you watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And when you do, select all notifications so that you get notifications when my new videos drop. Again, thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.